Hello dear friends, Alexis here, and as you can see it's quite a low tide here today. We're about 2 more days to the full moon. It's nearly end of July 2021, and after a decade of intense cleansing and clearing and integrating and healing our wounded parts and allowing the wholeness of ourselves, our soul, our I am presence to come forth into our lives, to be present here. We're now reaping the benefits of that work because we are experiencing ourselves as creators, creating out of joy, so that every day, the day contains so much of what we enjoy. We don't have to do things we don't want to do. We're not going to jobs and things like that where we nearly die out of boredom, because we are creating our life to fit our aliveness, to fit our wildness, to fit all that we have allowed ourselves to be. And now the time has come, even though we have experienced so many things with time up to now, but now it's different again, because we are experiencing these timelines of linear time really collapsing. And so my mind has been quite confused, bless my mind. And so, a few times this week I've kept on having to go to another room because I wanted to get something from there, but I forgot, a few steps, and I forgot what I went there for. While I was in another room, of course, I found some other things to do, and it's only when I went back to the first room that I remembered why I came here, why I went to the other room for. So eventually things got done, but it really didn't matter because everything just falls into place. There is no rush. There is nothing that needs doing. There is nothing that I need to run to, because I might miss some schedule, because it might not get done. So everything just seamlessly seems to be done without me having to really think about it at all. And so the mind, its job has changed yet again, because with the time is so different now, because being in the now presence, I find that my mind doesn't even think much of my soul, of I am that I am. It doesn't have to keep reminding, are we present? Are we here? Are we allowing? It just all seem to have integrated in a different way, where I just am. And everything just works out seamlessly without my mind having to think about things, without my mind having to do so many things, without my mind having to write lists and notes of things to do. And yet that too has been helpful, just jotting down, and somehow the job just gets done without me having to rush, without me having to push my body, with me having so much time during the day to just relax, to enjoy, to do things that I love. And so these are the wonderful, wonderful benefits of all the work, the intensities that I've experienced. And let's say if I look back for the few years, at times I thought, is this worth it? Is it worth it? Is that work going to bring me any benefits? It's only now that I can really fully appreciate it all. Every pain that it involved, the intensities, the seeing, the looking at my dark, the shadow side, looking at death, straight in its face, because you encounter all these things, because you have to walk through all of these gates that we have put between us, between the human self and the soul self, between the human self and the I am that I am. All of those have to be walked through. All of those have to be faced, have to be felt, have to be integrated, have to be let go of. And so then you come into this space of clarity where you just are. And so much even more now, I'm realizing just how new the new is, and how just everything, the whole very basis of reality is up for change. There is nothing that is a taboo. There is nothing that is so-called sacred, and I mean sacred in a way that it's untouchable, you know, within humanity. There are so many things that you're just not allowed to think about or touch with your thought, or even think that it can be changed. And yet it can be changed. You know, with the newfound courage, although for each one of us who are on this journey, we have loads of courage. But it's just this raw guts that you can just dive into anything but anything that you want. It is just amazing at what benefits we're now reaping in peace, in the ease and grace as to how our life, our everyday life unfolds, and the ability to just really quickly transform and transmute anything that comes up. And as you can see how much beach there is at the low tide, there's just so much to explore. Every beach is quite different. And here you can see this spot is where I've spent a lot of times in my last decade just lying under these trees and integrating. And now this year the ocean decided to bring lots of sand here, and as you can see the tree is quite covered. But in the few years before that, this beach was quite sandless, and you could see all the trees, their roots were exposed and you could see them, and quite a few have fallen and now their skeletons buried, but new growth is here. And so I'm going to have a bit of a lay down and just enjoy the scenery, enjoy the peace, enjoy the sound of the ocean. And so until next time, dear friends, enjoy this most amazing of times.